Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some blend shapes. And I'm just going to do a quick organization here. What have I got? Remember, I'm looking in here and I've got my display shape hidden underworld nodes on, so you see extra little nodes inside the hypergraph. Don't freak out. If you want to see it here, well, at the same time, I'll put it inside of the outliner. And what I want to do is I'm going to grab my head. Okay. And I'm going to grab my tongue, my teeth, upper and lower, and I'm going to group them. And this group, I can put it here under the master group. Not the master group. I want to keep this in my geo group. Okay, great. And then I've got all my arms, my pants, and all those things here. And here we'll just open this up and open this up so you can see there's another group. And I'm just going to call this base head group. Something like that. Something easy to remember. Okay. And the head is bound. I'm probably going to end up binding the tongue and the teeth, and these things here need to be bound as well. Maybe I'll just do it right now really quick. I'm just going to grab the skeleton head joint, and if I just go zipping into rigging, and I hit it with skin, bind skin, I do believe it's on, go to selected joints, bind skin, done. Okay, so that's over with. Now this base group, I just want this for a minute here. I'm just going to get my move tool on. I'm going to go in and make a duplicate of this. And let's just unparent that so it's over here. Okay, because I'm just kind of creating another head so I can generate blend shapes from it. Okay, there's a couple different ways to make blend shapes, but some of them, the new way of generating blend shapes kind of sucks for some of my tricks. So this base head, we'll just call it like, I don't know, we don't have to give it a name. Just know that there's a base head over here. And you might even notice that there's some extra nodes on here. I'm just going to go and grab this and I'll unlock these for whatever reason. I'm just going to unlock them. And if I delete the history, nothing will happen. These extra little nodes will hang around. If I just quickly go over here to optimize scene size and hit OK, they should disappear. Okay, so I'm going to use this head to generate a bunch of blend shapes quickly. And if I go in and I take this thing and I grab a vertice, usually just grab one vertice, and I'll just go and grow my selection, grow, hit G, and I'm going to let this grow until it goes right underneath the eye, right there. That's awesome. Okay, and maybe some of this stuff down here I don't need. Doesn't really matter because I have something else I can do with that in a second, but basically I'm using these. Maybe I'll just kind of add these ones in right around here, just really, really subtly. And what did I do? I grabbed how many of those? 6. So if I go over here. Okay, so great. And I'm going to go to, right now I'm in the rigging section. I'm going to go here to deform, and I'm going to hit create cluster. And so now I've got this cluster here. Let's just go to the right view, and I'm just going to quickly move the pivot point. If I hold down D, I can move the pivot point of my cluster. I want to make it so it's really easy to select the cluster, so I'm going to go here to display, transform display, and I'm going to turn on a selection handle for it. So now when I want to just grab over here, I've got that really, really quickly. And I'm just going to rotate this a little bit. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, just so you can see that it's giving me a bad deformation. Okay, and I'm just using this cluster just to open and close the mouth to generate different head shapes really quickly. And I've found I can't do it with new blend or the new shape editor, how it works. I've found this, I get into trouble when I try and do this trick. So, next thing is if I grab the mesh here and I go to deform, okay, right here it says create. I go down a bit further, it says edit. And if I keep going down a bit further, there's paint weights for my clusters. These should be highlighted or something so they stand out a bit more, but whatever. They lighter or darker gray, so they kind of fade into the background. Anyway, I'm going to go into the cluster here, and this is the paint attributes, and it's replace, and I'm going to put the value down to 0. And I might go in here to stroke and turn on reflections. And I can just remove this stuff. I'm just going to make my brush bigger. B makes it bigger. It's going to go up into here. And yeah, that looks fine. Here, I'm just going to isolate this for a second and see if I can go into the mouth a little bit. Oh, and I grabbed something I didn't want to grab, so I'll fix that in a second. First off, I'll just finish removing all this stuff. So I'm making it very dark and black. Okay. Okay, and then I'll just go and switch it. Whoop, change the value to 1. So you can get in here. Okay. I screwed up something there. That's when I always point out that the mirroring and the sculpting are never perfect. Anyway, I'm just going to go to smooth. I'm just going to hit flood a bunch of times. Yes. Okay, so that makes it so we'll just test it out. Here, I'm just going to bring everything back. I grab the selection handle. Whoop. So now my cluster makes my jaw look pretty good when I open and close it. And you'll see that it's kind of blending up into here too. If I put on wireframe unshaded, see some of those vertices up there move. That's why I selected up into there and I just made it so they have a very small influence from this cluster. And let's go back to this thing. I'm just going to go and do just a bit more work. I noticed that I like to go in here and put replace with value of 1 back on. And I'll just kind of bring the jaw back in so it's nice and solid. And maybe this area of the lip as well, and inside of the mouth. I think I have to change the shape of the inside of my mouth a little bit, but I'll just pretend that it's good for now. Okay, so that's 100%, and then these ones here, I'll bring that up a bit more, and then I'll go back to smooth, and I'll smooth these corners of the mouth and get that to blend. Okay, and I'm going to call that good enough for what I want. And let's see what else. I'd like it if the teeth and the tongue moved with this. Here, I can turn this off. So if I go into Windows, and I go to Relationship Editors, and I go here to Deformer Sets, I can find the cluster set. Here, I'll make this bigger. And somewhere here in the base head group, you can see the head is hooked up. I'm going to hook up the tongue and the lower teeth. Wonderful. And we're done. And they'll just check it out. If I go in here and I grab the rotate tool, make sure that all works. So the lower teeth move. Okay, cool. Everything's good. You can kind of see that my teeth are going inside my mouth. I should have done a better job of checking this out beforehand, but whatever, I didn't. And I'm just going to zero this out. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to take this head and let's close this down. Anything else I need? Yeah, I'll also point out that if you need to add more vertices in, you miss some somewhere along lines or something. If you select this and you go to Deform, there is something called Set Membership, and you can come in and paint different vertices in. You can add them in if you need to. So if I realize, oh, maybe I missed some in the back of the mouth or something like that, I have this. Let's try that again. Select the object, then do that, then hit this. Great. And I can go inside and I can add things to, I can add these points in. Usually I need wireframe unshaded on so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, inside the back here, yeah, add them in. They'll be 100%, and so I'd have to potentially change the weight of them, but whatever. So there, done that. And, okay, we're at the 9-minute mark. So, got this set up so I can make blend shapes. Let's close this down. And what I'm going to do is grab the selection handle, and I'll just open the mouth. Okay, so I'm like, right there, that's awesome. And it keeps going black because I've got another object in front. Okay, whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, great. And then I'm going to go and grab the base head group, and I'm going to make a duplicate. And I'll just grab the move tool. I'm just going to hit center pivot so it's easier to grab. Whoop. Okay, so that's good. Then I'm going to go back here. Oh, and I'll change the name of that. That's going to be... And then I'll take this and I'll grab my little rotator tool. Leave the mouse slightly open for this one. Okay, not much. And then I go here. If you click on your object, you want to get to the top node. I just hit the up arrow on the keyboard and that gets me there. Make a duplicate. I should hit center pivot. Great. Now I'll pull this over here. I should center the pivot right now while I'm thinking about it. Okay, great. And so this one over here, that's going to be my S face. Okay, it could be my E face. That's kind of the mouth that I'm going to make out there anyway. Let's go back here. I'm going to grab my cluster and I'll kind of close my mouth. This is going to be my M face, something like that. Grab this, make a duplicate. Here, I'll try and move this over this way a little bit. Okay, so you can kind of see what's going on. Great. And where are we here? This one here will be my M face. And I'll just take that and move the whole unit over too. I could space them out evenly or whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to grab this and let's see if it rotates slightly. This one's a tricky one. I'm going to rotate this. Actually, I'm going to rotate up a little bit. And I'm going to grab the move tool. I'm going to move it back and down. And so this is going to be my F face. Okay, something like this. Usually what happens is the lower lip touches the front or the top teeth. So I'm going to pull that back. Great. And I'll grab this, make a duplicate, and we'll call it. Okay, and I'll just go over here and move it over. Okay, and let's just take this, and I'm going to take all the translates and zero them out. And I'll go in here and I'm going to open the mouth just a little bit. Okay, great. This one's going to be my O face, so I'm going to grab this, make a duplicate, and we'll move the duplicate over here. I'll call this O. Okay, and maybe I'll make one more here, F, and we'll zero this out. Oh, that was what I meant to do. Thought I was taking the cluster. Great. And we'll take the base head and I'll make another duplicate. Okay, I'll call this one Smile. Great. And what time am I at? 8:30. Okay. So I've got all these heads here. I'm happy and I know it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick tweakage. I'm going to go super fast on this. I'm just going to close this down for a minute. Or try to go super fast on it. Here, let's go and grab this. I'm going to grab a vertice here. I'm going to turn on my soft selection. Let's go and hold down B and I'll adjust my soft selection. I'm just going to go up to symmetry and I'm going to go to object X. So I get the same thing on the other side. Let's go B a bit more. And you'll notice that when you open your mouth, this should come in a bit. Okay. Yeah, should come in just a tiny bit. Yeah, making us too large and obnoxious. Okay. I'll say it's good. And I can come back and adjust this later on too if I'm not happy with this. Great. And let's go over here to this one. And for my E face, the corners of the mouth kind of come back, right? So it's like this. And I can adjust this and make this better, but we'll say that's good enough for now. What about my M face? Kind of a similar thing here for the M face. Just gonna grab my move tool, grab the corners of the mouth, and the lips do kind of puff out a bit. You could kind of probably come back here and sculpt this a little bit if you thought about it. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. And then what have I got here? This is my face. So I'm just gonna come in here, grab vertice. Now, when I grab the vertice up in this corner here, you're going to notice that when I hold down soft selection, it goes and it grabs everything. If you double click on the move tool, you can go into the soft selection and you can change it from volume to surface. When you do that, then you've got access to, when you make this a bit bigger, it won't affect the other side here if the geometry isn't touching or it isn't welded together somehow. You take this, pull it back, and you see there's my upper teeth, and maybe I'll rotator this a little bit so I get kind of that face. Or N, or what's a V, sorry, the V face, V face, whoop, something like that. And I could spend a bit more time with that, but I'm doing is trying to go fast. Go in here and I'm going to get the O face. The O face, typically these kind of corners of the mouth kind of come down. Okay, this goes up. And I always kind of see people trying to pull the corner into the center. It just doesn't look very good, in my opinion. But that's my opinion, so you can have it however you want, but I'm not doing it like that. I'm just going to hit F and frame that so I can kind of see what the hell I'm doing. Taking this, pulling it forward for an ooh. Okay. Grabbing the rotate tool, grabbing the move tool. Okay, this is almost becoming kind of a lip purse. I gotta be careful. Ooh. And maybe I'll pull this one and this one in just a little bit. And we'll call that good. And then the smile. What time are we at? 60 minutes. Okay, great. I'm just going to make this bigger. And great. I can maybe make that more of a better smile. There, something like that. Okay, so if you got good geometry flow, this is going to be easy. And you might even notice that, yeah, this should probably come up a bit too, up in here, because usually when you smile, it kind of goes into your eyes a little bit. Otherwise, you look like a cyborg. Okay, great. And I can come back and fix this later on. Actually, you know what? Just for the hell of it, in this one here, I'm just going to go up one notch here, and I'm going to take this smile. I'm going to make a duplicate. I'm going to put it over here. And I'm going to do, this one here is going to be smile left underscore L, and then I'll make this one, hit the up arrow to grab this smile, make this one underscore R, just to show you something else extra that we can do. Okay, and now I've got all my heads together, and I'm just going to go in here to the, let's see, let's try and do this one, the outliner. So I'll select the A, the S, the M, the O, the F, smile left and right. And then I'm going to go up into my Geo group here, and I have the base head group. I left this thing all alone. I can delete it. It's helped me generate what I wanted. I'm just going to turn off this object symmetry thing. And I'm going to go to Deform, and I'm going to create a blend shape. And if you want to, you can name it in here so it doesn't just come in Blendshape 1. You can call it Greta or whatever you want. But I'm just going to go ahead and hit create. And so it's created a blend shape for me. And let's just turn this off. And what time are we at? 18-minute mark. Okay, great. And I'm going to go to Window, Animation Editors, Shape Editor. Okay, so here's the Shape Editor. And if you go in here and you check the sliders, R, S, M. Okay, so I've got all of what I consider the most important face shapes that you need to make blend shapes. One other thing I should just double check. Sometimes I find, I didn't just crash, did I? Okay. Why can't I? Oh, it's on reference. Okay, good. I see one problem here. This blend shape should, when you select the geometry, it should be underneath the skin cluster. Otherwise, it's going to create a problem. So I'm just going to right click. And if I go to inputs here, all inputs, little trick. You can go and middle click, move it down below. Oh, you bastard. Come on. Undeclared variable. Okay, so when I come into the blend shape, middle click, drag it underneath. There we go. Okay, and one thing I probably most definitely, when I take a look at all these objects down in here, just going to select the teeth. Yeah, they got the same problem. Just going to quickly fix this. There's my tongue. There. Quickly fix it. That fix. That's so valuable. Okay. And I can go back and fix any of these things. One other thing, like I said, I can go back and start to edit these and change them, and they'll automatically update on this one. One other thing I want to do is, oh, I didn't put that, keep that menu up. Let's go back here to, actually, if you notice, kind of going into the animation editors, going to the shape editor is kind of a slow pain in the ass. So I kind of like it when this menu is over here. And this is called Blendshape 1. If I go down here and I type in select space blend and shape has got a capital S, shape 1, and I take this information, highlight it, and middle click it, I can drop it up here, make it a metal script. So whenever I want to select that blend shape, I just hit there and it shows up here, and I got little mini sliders. Okay, so I can hit that button and get my blend shape at any time. One thing I want to do is over here, you know what, I should probably save right now before I crash. And so blend shapes, let's call this one 22. Great. Okay, and here comes the big crazy trick. If I go into Deform and I go to Paint Weights, there is a Paint Weights for blend shapes. And occasionally, if you don't see this, what I do recommend is you shut down Maya and open it up again, and sometimes it'll work. Sometimes it doesn't want to show you what the hell we're going to do. I'm just going to go and scroll down here. Let's go right to this. Okay, for whatever reason that didn't want to work. Smile R. What I can do is I can paint that I don't want, areas I don't want to blend, and so replace with a value of 0. And Smile R, that is, so this is going to be my right side, so this is my left side, so I don't want my left side to get any information. And I might have to do some fixing on this, but and I'm going to use the ramp color just so I can tell what the hell is going on. I might go on and pick an opaque brush so that everything just blocks out really fast. Okay, and I'm looking at primarily this area, and again I'm going to have to come back and probably do some tweaking on this. Let's make my brush bigger. Okay, and I'll call this good enough. And oh, by the way, if you hold down, is it Control? Yeah, Control will reverse what you've done. Okay, so if you hold down Control, it'll flip the value around. Okay, so that's good. And then we're just going to go to Smile Left, and I'll do the same kind of thing. I'll just go and paint this area out, so it's, and I might have to do some blending in the middle. Okay, but we'll call that good enough for now. Okay, good enough. And actually, let's just stop for a second. I'm just going to turn these things on so you can see what the hell I'm doing. Smile Left. Smile Right. And now I can notice that if there's any problems, I can go back with them both on here. Smile Left and Right. And maybe I'll use Smooth. And I'm just going to go and put this onto a softer brush. And let's make this a bit smaller. I'm just going to smooth these down. Okay. So that they blend together, because they might give me a little bit something weird and harsh in the middle. And I'll go back over here to the same. Oh, you bet. Oh, that's the O face. Okay, good. I'm trying to remember a few versions ago, I noticed this was extremely buggy. But that seems to be working. Okay, and I'm just going to turn this off and just check this out. Right, left. Okay, there's something going on inside the mouth that I can paint more in, but now this all works. Greta's coming to get you. Okay, and I'm going to stop the video here.